to Stitches and Sundries. This is a podcast about cross-stitch and stitchy goodness. My name is Lauren, and you can find me on Instagram at LaurenUpStitching. I definitely have forgotten what episode number it on. 44? I'm going to guess 44, and we'll know if I'm wrong. So that's fun. It has been 2 weeks since I've been here before. This is a floss tube for people that don't know. We're going to talk about cross-stitch and fun projects and the start of spooky season. So excited. I do cross-stitch. Sometimes it's fun and interesting. Sometimes it's classic and traditional. I'm all over the place. So come sit and have a chat with me about fun projects, and I'm glad to have you all here. I'm still surprised people keep showing up to this thing. So I really appreciate all of you. Let me think here. Life updates. Let's do life updates. I feel like I'm so red in the face. I'm like fanning myself with a project. I'm like so red in the face because it's not even that hot here right now. It's just humid. It has been either storming or threatened to storm pretty consistently for 2 weeks. So the air is just 110% humidity. It's just awful. So I feel like I'm so red in the face. I'm just gonna keep fanning myself and you guys are gonna have to deal with it. What else has been going on? What's been going on? I have not stitched as much as I wanted. I stitched more than I thought I did, but I really have not stitched as much as I wanted. And it's because I've been running like a mad woman for not really any good reason. That's just the life I've been living lately. But I did get some stuff done, so that's good. Life updates. Let's see here. I'm back up. Dusty is back on her bullshit. We just had another vet appointment. That was great. So happy to keep spending money on this little gremlin of a cat. I am actually happy because her health is 100% worth it. But it wasn't even like a big deal. She's just like old and gets crusty. She's crusty dusty. And so we have to now clean her ears regularly. Because of course we do. Because I think her whole head just collapsed in and she's just one big sinus issue. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So Dusty's doing fine. She's doing good. I did make her car sick though. I felt bad. Normally she's a very good car rider. She just sits in the thing and we go to the vet and we come back and she has no problem. She doesn't even whine. She's very good. And this time I was like, ooh, I'm up again dog sitting Dash, the giant Great Dane. And I was like, I need to let him out. So I'll just take Dusty with me. We'll let him out for a couple minutes. And then we'll, he'll pee poop and we'll be super happy. And then I can take her home. Well, that's about double the time she's usually in the car. And we were almost home and she just started puking. But as soon as I got her home, she was fine. Like as soon as she was on stable ground, she was fine. So I think I just made her car sick from being in the car so much. So that's good. What is life? Why is everything hard? Somebody answer that for me. But I do have up at Dash's house, the dog's house, I now have a setup where I can comfortably set and stitch. Whereas the last time I was up there, I could not find a comfortable place. I'm so hot. I'm so hot. I'm so sorry. I'm like boiling alive for no reason. But the whole house is full of antiques. And so because of that, there's not really a comfortable place to sit. Well, this time I brought stuff to make a comfortable place to sit. A comfortable place that then the dog can be near me and happy and like at my feet, but can't be like right over me. Because if you sit down, that dog is like right here. And he wants to be right there. But he's a good boy, so. Been running around, doing a lot. Entered some stuff in the county fair, which was super fun. These prizes are all at Devin's house. I need to go pick them up today. I ended up getting 3 first place and a second place in the art fair. Is very small, so there isn't like a dedicated cross stitch category. You could either submit it as a home good, so they had like cross stitch picture, cross stitch wall hanging as like a home good, or you could submit it as a craft. So I submitted a cross stitch picture, which was my peacock. I'll put that here. This is actually a couple years old, but I've never entered anything in the fair and they're not super strict about that. So I entered my peacock as a cross stitch picture, counted cross stitch picture. I entered my my Halloween banner, which is right here, as a cross stitch wall hanging. And that's the one I got second place on. And I could not find the first place piece. Like, they did not do a great job of, it's also not a great job of like displaying your things. It's just not done well. So that's the one I got second place on. I also entered my little I Practice Stitchcraft as a cross stitch novelty item. And I got first on that one. So that's really cool. And then under craft, I entered my, you can kind of see, it usually sits like right here. You can usually see it a little bit. My Haunted House by Tiny Modernist. I entered this as a Halloween, as a holiday craft. They just had holiday craft. I think Christmas was separated out, but holiday craft. And so this was my holiday craft. And I got best in show for crafts with that one, which was really cool. Crafts is a much smaller category, but I'll take it, right? Like, that's pretty awesome. So the picture I put in here will have a big ribbon. So that's really cool. And then I also entered my Beggar's Luck as a, I think I just entered it as a medium-sized craft. I got first place there. So that was really great. I will definitely do it again, and I'm going to try and enter in very close to us is Allegheny County, and so next year I'm going to try and enter in both, and just see. And I'll be a little more rigid with the finished in a year rule. So we'll see what I have, if I have anything worth entering. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. What else? What else has been going on? Not much. Had another Stitch and Bitch. Had an awesome time down at, oh, I have to show. We always go to Frostburg, very close to us, which somebody on Instagram was like, you're near Frostburg? I'm near, we should have a stitching day. That's amazing to me, because I don't really tag my location or anything. I just mentioned it in a post, and a fellow cross stitcher who I also follow on Instagram was like, my dad lives right near there. Next time I visit him, we should. How cool is that? That is amazing to me. That is the fun stuff. That is the freaking awesome fun stuff about our community. Anyway, but while we were there, I mentioned, I didn't bring my book. The last time we were there, I grabbed myself a sticker from Clatter Cafe, which is where we always meet up. It's like a cute little hipster cafe place. It's a college town. Everything's a little hipstery. But a friend of mine while we were there was like, oh, you definitely need one of these, and make it into a needle minder and bring it with you with all your crafts. So she got me a Clatter Cafe pin. I've turned it into a needle minder. It works great. I love it. So that's awesome possum. I don't know. To me, that looks reversed, so I'm hoping it won't be reversed when I go to edit. But who knows? So that's, and while we're doing this, so she got me that one, and I turned it into a needle minder. And then another awesome friend went on a vacation and went to a shop and got this pin. How amazing is that? And she gave it to either my sister or I, and I took it to make a needle minder out of, because what's my sister gonna do with it? It's good. No, this is beautiful. This is mine now. So it's, I love it. So, awesome possum, awesome friends. It's my little tiny bit of haul today. So, there you go. I'm quite pleased with them. So, I'll set those there. Oh my gosh, I feel so out of sorts lately. I feel like maybe just because I've been running for the end of the summer. You know, everybody's trying to cram everything in. We're trying to see people as much as we possibly can before the big freeze hits. The world is on fire. It's just, it feels intense lately. So, I just want to sit and stitch. That's all I want. For my whole life. Anyway, let's talk about cross stitch. Oh wait, I have to show you my awesome shirt. So I found this recently. I needed some work clothes, but when I saw this, I grabbed it. So it says, let's explore. Super generic. But it says, let's explore Maryland, and those are our hills. A little Maryland nonsense for you. I don't know if any of you are from Maryland or like know Marylanders. We're a different breed of people, I think. We just are. It's all Old Bay. It makes us strange. All right, so today, let's talk about some real, actual cross stitch. So today I have 3 whips and a new start. Fun stuff. And yeah, I've made more progress than I thought I did. I really thought with as much, I mean, I probably have, out of the 2-week period, which next time might be shorter, I'm going to try and get back on a normal recording schedule. I've been just like jamming in recordings when I can fit them in. It felt like I really wasn't getting anything done. So to get what I have is not bad. So, first up, this is CryptoNaturalist Sampler by ScreamingHeartDesign. This is awesome. Awesome. And I can't wait to have it done. And here's my progress. It's coming along. So I think the last time I showed this, I had down to this corner. So all of this down here is new. This skull, this flower, this is all new. And so it's not a huge amount of progress. I think it's like 600 stitches. But I'm now up to 10% done on this massive sucker. So that makes me feel good. I am 10% done. I am loving the color. This is Weeks Dye Works Collared. And I think it looks so good with this. I'm stitching this on 28 count. Picture this plus, ooh, I don't have my book. Crystal Highlands, look at me. And it just looks amazing together. I love the way the white pops on it. I love the way the black like stands out. I think it just looks fantastic. So I'm super excited to have that. Oh, that's another thing I have in the past 2 weeks. I have been moved out of our building. Our building, I work at a federally qualified health center here in Garrett County, Maryland. If you're ever up this way. Pop me on Instagram, apparently. I'll do stitching bitches. But we are doing construction in our building. And because of that, people are moving around and people needed office space and people are being displaced. And so it was decided that my team and a couple other people we don't have to be on site. We can do, work from anywhere. So could have just said work from home, but no. Actually, I hate working from home with this job. I like it in general, but with this job, it's a little hard. So they rented some office space across town. And so now we're in this like temporary office space and I have my own office. And so now I have to decorate an office more quickly than it was expected. Like I was supposed to get my own office about 3 years. And I was like, this would be so perfect in my office in 3 years. Now I want it much quicker. So I'm going to be working on it. I'll probably work on this all month. I think it's in my rotation for the month. And so I'm hoping to make some good progress, better progress than I did this 2 weeks. But yeah, that one is really coming along. I'm not like 100% sold on this new office space thing. I'm like we're all like really divided up instead of, we were like kind of all in one room, which was too much going on. But now we're like really separated. And so there's like not enough going on. Does that make sense to anybody? Anybody else work in offices and need that, like, it needs to be exactly the way you want it? Maybe that's just me being a control freak. Not me. Not me. Anyway. I don't know why. I'm in a dorky mood today. Alright, so that is my first whip. Second whip, this one is one you guys haven't seen in a while. So this is Candyman by the Witchy Stitcher. And I love this stitch. I love this is the other one that I just showed. I love the finished product of this. I am going to love having it. It is a beautiful piece that I am enjoying stitching. Candyman is like a joy to actually stitch. Like the process is quite lovely. I think Witchy Stitcher has that quality to her stuff. Like her, I don't know if it's because her designs are, you know, have a specific aesthetic that lends it to it, or if she plans it to just be popcorn stitching. But they just like are really smooth. You don't get like hung up on complicated areas or tons of color changes, or, you know, everything just like, you just feel like you make progress. So since it's been a while, this is what it looked like last time. So I had just a couple rows there, and this is what it's looking like now. I made really good progress on this one. Look at that eyeball. I love the fade of the reds. Like you can see it in there. You can see the kind of like change of the reds. It's just gorgeous. I love that eye that is very dramatic. I got started on some bees and some drippy goodnesses there. And that is the bottom of the piece there pretty much. So there's some back stitching on this, but I think I'm like 60% done. So I'm hoping to finish this one up this month. I think it's very doable. Yep. And I think she released this for the new Candyman, which I have not seen. But the original Candyman is like one of my favorite slasher movies. So I am like in love with this. So yeah. And like I said, it's just a joy to stitch on. It just is like so easy. I'm stitching this on 28 count. I stitch everything on 28 count if I can get away with it. It's my favorite. And yeah. I had something else to say about this, but I've completely forgotten. I don't know. This ushered in August for me. That's not what I was thinking of, but it basically was like, it's August 1st. Change the rotation, pull the lever, like change the rotation machine. Ha ha ha. New stuff to work on. And I immediately got this out and was like, just super happy. I was like, ha ha ha. Oh, however, speaking of spooky stitches, I don't know if you guys know this. TikTok's been counting down the days to Halloween because they know me. But we went to Michael's this past weekend. I was just generally looking for stuff to fill this office space that I wasn't expecting. Like I need some office-y, junky decor. And we got there the day they were unloading their Halloween decorations. I got some good stuff. And I like, so this year their themes were, I think Victorian romance or skeletal romance or something like that. It was very like skeleton kiss and roses, skeleton roses and skull roses, and like Victorian like romance. It was very romance themed. And then they had the like potion shop, it was called the Cabinet of Curiosities, or Curiosity Shop, and it was like a lot of Raven and Poe themed stuff, potion bottles, that kind of thing. And then the other one was, which I think must be the theme this year. Like, I've seen so much cross-stitch stuff about it. I've seen so much, just like in general, it has been the theme this year, which is Dark Divination. And I bought up a bunch of that shit because it's just the right theme that you can put that shit all year round. It's not like saying anything specific about fall or trick or treat or anything like that. And so I bought stuff that I'm like, this is going out in summer. This is going out, like, I am like super happy with those. So get yourself to a Michael's. They've got really good stuff this year. I think they also had carnivorous botanicals. Those are the things. So lots of flowers with teeth. Very Noctiflora designs stuff, if you love her stuff. It's at Michael's right now. So that was really fun. None of it can go in my office. None of it's really appropriate for my office. It could be. I don't freaking care. But I didn't get what I meant to get there. Y'all have to just deal with me today. All right. Next piece. This is another one. I think I'm so cheesed off at myself on this one. So next piece is the Sabbat Teapots. This is by AnImCrossStitch. And I do have a link below if you would like to get these. You can now buy the PDFs online. And this is Yule. I'm doing. I worked on this for Christmas in July, so this is actually out of my rotation for August. What's going on in its place? Don't know. Can't remember. Maybe Candyman is actually in its place. But I got a little more done before the end of August between these two podcasts. And so here you go. Look at that shit. I am more than halfway done with this. It is looking so good. So I have, once again, I keep creeping up with the teapot. I should just finish the teapot and move on. But I like doing a little bit of teapot, then a little bit of foliage, and a little bit of teapot, and back and forth. So these twigs out here to the side, that's all new. I started filling in the banner a little more, got more foliage done. You can see the outline of the spout there, just barely on this white fabric. I'm thankful there is a lot of back stitching in this to really make everything stand out. And I love this. I love it so much. So definitely gonna have it in time for Christmas. That shouldn't be hard at all. Although there is a lot of back stitching, so might take me longer than expected. But yep, I have the whole set of 8 of these, so I will be definitely working on them. I'm not gonna do it like my Flower of the Month series where I really have to keep up with it. I'm not gonna do anything like that. Just, you know, one every once in a while for myself. The reason I'm cheesed off about this is I am still like, I totally could have fit this sucker on one. Totally could have. Even with as wide, like it did get wider with those branches, you could still fit that and have plenty. I could have had more fabric. I am such a cheapskate, I guess. Like I just want to have every inch be used. You know what I mean? But I'll live. So yeah, this is going out of my rotation for August. So this is the last you'll see of it for a little while. But hopefully have other things going on that you'll enjoy. I definitely am feeling the need for more spooky. Like Candyman is definitely scratching an itch, but I feel like I really need more spooky stuff. I did sign up for, I don't know that I'll do it because it 100% depends on the design. The Cabinet of Curiosities Sal with, I think it's Stitchonomy. I'll link it below. I did sign up for that because it's a free Sal. So she, you know, as long as you sign up in advance, you get it for free. And so that might also scratch that itch. But I'm looking at about 100 different things that I like. I have all these beautiful Night Spirit Studios designs. I want new stuff from Tiny Modernist. Like, I want it. So, but I'm already feeling like slightly overwhelmed with the different rotations every month thing. That is like already a lot for me. So as Devin texts me about every 3 days, why can't I just stitch faster? That's what I want. Like, just put on the turbo. So the last thing I have is kind of a new start. It's part of the Flower of the Month series that you guys have seen on this channel. Which, oh man, I don't have my phone, or my phone is recording me. Shoot, I cannot remember her name. I will link her below. There's another person on Instagram doing this series. And she is, and I was like so shocked to find, because this isn't like I don't know if it's not super well known, but it's very old. It's like from 2010. And so it's just not in anybody's rotation anymore, or on anybody's radar anymore. That's what I wanted. And she's doing them as like botanicals in a journal. And it's so cool. It's such a cool way to finish these. So go check her out. I will link her below. She has fantastic stuff. So, yes. Had to remember what direction this was going. So, this one is the Flower of the Month. This is September, which is the Aster, which is my birth month, my birth flower. And so I have started it. I have lots of little trailing ends for no apparent reason this time. And there's my start so far. I think I'm already like 20% done. Like, it's really not much. So I love this piece. I think it's really cool. I am stitching this on 28 count even, or 28 count Cashel linen in blush. So it's washing out a little bit, but it's a very light pink. So the purple and greens really pop on it. It looks really great. And yeah, I am really liking that. So I have not decided what color I'm going to do the title for September. I think September, we're getting now into the really long months where it's going to be a little more work to fit them. I think I might have to play around with the font size to fit them into the frame, because I'm not changing the frame size, because that is also what is making them all consistent on my, as I finish them, so that I can just change them out. So I just have to squeeze the letters in, but I can do that. So yeah, just a little start. I'm gonna go pretty quickly. These always stitch up pretty quickly. I think I can finish a flower in like less than 10 evenings, not even like full, like a weekend day or anything. So like pretty quickly. Yeah. I like these purples. I had almost all of them because they're a purple I use a lot. So yeah. So that is my new start. I mean, these were easy breezy. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is a new project I'm going to be starting. It is going to be sporadic. It is going to be when I feel like it, when I fit it in, when I'm inspired. But it's inspired by a couple things. One is, there is an awesome YouTuber called Willie Muse, W-I-L-L-I-E-M-U-S-E, Willie Muse. And he is a comedian, video essayist. He's searching for his own personal bad movie. He's doing like, he's just a very funny, weird individual. And he has a show called Knitting Time with Willie on his channel. And when, as you watch, he knits a swatch. Not even a thing. He's just knitting to do something with his hands as he talks. And then when he's done the episode, that swatch that he knitted goes behind him on this rather disgusting looking wall hanging. This like, it looks like a skin wall. I know, but it's great. And so every time you watch, you see the swatch he was working on the last time. Does that make sense? I think that's part of what inspired this. I also have a wall hanging in my house that is a quilted wall hanging tapestry thing that is all these just different, very textured, very embroidered pieces that are brought together in a very bohemian way, rough edges, raw edges, and things like that. And then it's finished with a border, and it's just a wall hanging. It's really pretty. It's all like, they're like generally in the same color scheme, but they're like embroidered differently and have different textures and weights of fabric. Like they've just like mishmashed it. It's really cool looking. Maybe I'll put in a picture there. It's a picture. It's really cool. And so between these two things, I was inspired. Plus, I have always wanted to do a cross stitch of song lyrics, of picking a song. For a long time, I had this specific song I wanted, and just literally doing in cross stitch, in backstitch, the song lyrics as something to have on my wall. And like maybe doing little things, you know, that relate to the song in the margins or in the, you know, just breaking it up in some way. I love that idea. But just straight up a list of lyrics was like, there's got to be something better than that. There's got to be something better than that out there. And then I saw the skin wall. I'm going to call it the skin wall. It's yarn, but look at it and you'll know what I mean. And then thought of my tapestry that I have and thought, wouldn't it be so cool to just do your favorite lines from a song, or the lines that, you know, like make you think of that song or whatever, on a swatch of scrap fabric, and then just put them all together. So it's all the songs. And then have the Spotify playlist, the little wave that you can like scan and go to the Spotify playlist in the corner. So like there'd be a corner, and then all the songs that are represented in the banner, you can go to that playlist. How amazing would that be? So obviously this is kind of an ambitious project. Obviously it is a project that's going to be a little, it's going to take a long time. It's going to be a project that has to probably be rethought several times during the process of making. But I want something like that. So I'm going to start working on it. I have several scraps of fabric I've been saving that are not big enough for any other project, but would totally be big enough for the line of a song or something like that. So I will, you know, pick a song that means something to me that I love, stitch up some lyrics to it on a piece, and then start sewing those pieces together into a wall hanging. And I just think that music is so incredibly important to me and to my family. I get this importance from my mom. And so I am going, and I've been like meaning to start it and like thinking about it and like, yeah, I'll get to that. And then I was just like, nope, it's time. It's time to, if you want to start it, you better, you know, it's one of those like saying, oh, you know, down the road, and then down the road never comes type thing. So I'm going to start that, hoping to have at least one swatch to show you next time, depending how, you know, how quickly, how easily, how inspired I am to do it. So just, I'm not going to hold myself to any kind of timeline with it. And I'm not even positive I'm going to know when it's done. Does that make sense? Like, maybe when it reaches a certain size, maybe I'm going to really work to, you know, give it a border and have it be finished in some way. I don't know. But all those are possibilities right now. So I just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was a cool idea. It's definitely one of the things I want to start and work on. So you guys now have that to know about and look forward to, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. So that's the idea. Let me think here. What is the question of the day? Sorry, that I might cut out that pause. What is your potato chip stitch? Is there a specific designer? Is there a specific style that when you just feel like you're just jamming, you're just flowing, like you're making progress all the time? What is your potato chip stitch? So I'll ask you that. And then I'll say, I hope you all have a wonderful 2 weeks. I will see you again, and we will look at more awesome cross stitch and have a fun time. Stay safe, stay sane. Have a great time. Bye. Bye.